Join me as I create 3 delicious diabetic-friendly meals and snacks that are not only healthy, but also super tasty. Grab some containers and the star of the show, your Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has 17 grams of protein in 3/4 of a cup. Remember, protein keeps us full. It promotes satiety. Just check the label to make sure that there's no added sugar to this. Then we're going to use our frozen blueberries. And again, I stress this so much. Double check your label. Make sure the ingredient on there is the blueberries. You see there's no added sugar. And then I grabbed some nuts. I just grabbed these out of the cabinet. There is no need to go buy things if we already have them. And that's the case of our bowl. You could use a bowl. You could use containers that you already had. Please don't go and leave this video and go and buy a bunch of containers when we have some. For today, I'm using the travel cup. Don't go buy any new. If you want to do a bowl and put some aluminum foil on it, that is A-okay. We're measuring out loosely a cup of our Greek yogurt. Now I'm using Faye. There are so many wonderful brands out there. There's Dan and Too Good. Chobani has a 0 sugar. Even some of our store brands from Walmart and Kroger are phenomenal. All I ask you do, and I teach this in clinic, is read your ingredient label. Don't be shamed into buying the most expensive brand. A lot of us are here to save money. And today I picked the Faye. Usually buying in the bigger container is going to be a little bit cheaper, but if you want to just take the yogurt with you to work, you could definitely buy it in the 6 ounce and just mix it when you sit at your desk. I'm adding to this our frozen blueberries. Now, before you panic and, grab those pearls, you can see this is private selection, so I got it at the Kroger. Blueberries are a low glycemic fruit. I am very specific about fruit in clinic. And if you're new here, or if you're visiting, or if you're returning, I'm Shelly. During the day, I work as a dietitian. My main clients are those looking for weight loss, for hormone balance. I have a lot of pre-diabetics, diabetics, even folks looking to lower their cholesterol. And those low glycemic fruits are where we want to go because those guys have fiber. Fiber is key to keeping us full, but it prevents those ups and downs with our blood sugar levels. So we want to load up on those low glycemic fruits. Other things you could do, raspberries, you could do strawberries, you could do blackberries. I'm doing the blueberries and yogurt. I don't know. It just kind of seems to make sense to me, but please feel free to use any of those other glycemic fruits. Now, the other thing I'm doing is I'm adding nuts. Now, yes, you can get the pretty sliced almonds, but I'm cheap. I want to see what I have and I want to use what I have. One of my goals this year is that I don't waste. All again, I ask you do. I'm preaching to the choir when talking to y'all. Sorry, I had a little tickle in my throat there. Just double check your ingredients. There's really no added sugar to this whole container of nuts. I got this at Sam's Club. You can crush them, but again, I'm also saving time. Who cares? Y'all, this ain't pretty, but guess what? It works. See you next time. Ingredients are crazy easy. Grab your Mission Carb Balance wraps, some mozzarella cheese, turkey pepperoni, and yes, pay attention to those ingredients, friends, because I know you're going to say something in the comments. You could do chicken, but I love pizza, so bring me my pepperoni. Pizza sauce. Again, this is something I want you to be very mindful of in the comment section. This did have 3 grams of sugar. For some of y'all looking for lower sugar, there are different varieties out there that are going to be available at your Walmart and Kroger, so no biggie. It's so easy to prep these. Lay out your Mission Carb Balance wrap on your cutting board. We love these. They are a huge amount of fiber. Y'all know fiber is a winner in here. Said it once, I've said it twice, I'll say it again. 30 grams of fiber in a day is what I want to see you do. And we're gonna layer this with your turkey pepperoni. Now I picked turkey pepperoni. I am always very mindful of calories. This will offer some protein in here. And it's water, fiber, and protein that are my diabetic and pre-diabetic best friends. Protein keeps that blood sugar stable. Protein also keeps us fuller longer. I want you to aim for 90 grams of protein or higher. And if you're new here, I'm Shelly. I'm a dietitian. In the day, I work with clients. At nighttime, I'm a busy mom trying to make up some really quick recipes, starring ingredients from Walmart and Kroger. If that is you, go ahead and subscribe. And hey, while you do that, download my 7-day menu in the description box. We're going to continue with about a 4th cup of our mozzarella cheese. This also offers us some protein, about 2 tablespoons of our pizza sauce. And remember, friends, always be mindful. Look on the label. I do look at carbs, but I also look look at sugar. Let's keep it as low as possible. To make this wrap, you're going to grab your saucepan, set it to medium heat. We're going to put your wrap on there after, of course, you spray it with your nonstick cooking spray. I personally like to cook it 2 to 3 minutes, but I like a crisp. Dare I say I kind of like it a little burnt almost? Don't think I'm weird, but I like that. You can cook it less, you can cook it more. It's all up to you, boo-boo. We love what you do. When it's done cooking, remember this is our fiber protein winner. You know those Mission Carb Balance wraps have about 15 to 17 grams of fiber, depending on what type you buy. You're gonna remove this from the heat and cut it into 4 pieces. Now here's the thing, you're gonna repeat this process for your work week, so for 5 days. Make sure you store it. You can store it in sandwich bags. I do prefer to store it in plastic containers. Don't go buy the fancy ones. Use what you have. We're not here to spend extra money. So keep repeating this over again. You could do different toppings. This is a meal prep lunch. Perfect for diabetics, pre-diabetics. Check out the ingredients in the description box. And gang, while you're there, make sure you subscribe. Much love. Set oven to 350 degrees. And introducing our fat burning star, which is our goat cheese. Now for this recipe, we only need 2 ounces. This is an 8-ounce block. You see how crafty my geometry skills are, where I'm kind of taking the knife, putting it in the middle, and then kind of doing 1/4 of it. I don't really stress out about that kind of stuff. I don't want you to stress out about it as well. What I want you to think about is the importance of goat cheese. It is our fat burner because it contains more MCT than that of the cow. Now, you're probably saying, who really cares about that, Shelly? Well, guess what? I do, because using goat cheese that has more MCT and that makes it a fat burner is that the fatty acids in there, the MCT, is metabolized faster. What does that mean? It's gonna keep us fuller longer, so we're not gonna reach for snacks, and it's gonna help us with our weight loss plan. Now, the other cool thing about goat cheese, it has something called A2 beta casein. That is a big fancy word that means that, hey, I'm easier to digest, so I'm not going to cause you tummy troubles or the trots, maybe that like a cow's milk and a cow's cheese would do. In addition to the goat cheese, we are adding 1.5 cup of our shredded cheese. You see, I'm using Kroger because I'm bougie on a bayou. I don't go buy fancy stuff, y'all. I just don't expect y'all to do it. I don't expect my patients to do it. I don't expect my clients to do it. And I sure as heck don't expect y'all to do it. Follow me to the microwave. We're going to microwave this for a minute. And once we take it out of the microwave, it's kind of ooey, it's gooey, it's not at all gross. It is fantastic. Give it a good stir so we can make sure everything is mixed really well. And to this, we are adding our almond flour. Now, gang, yes, I do have a little bit of an allergy sniffle. Any helps and tips would be wonderful because I hate medicine. It completely knocks me out. But almond flour is my favorite. We're adding a cup to this. I know I'm going to get asked the question where I purchased mine from. I get this at Sam's Club. Again, bougie on a bayou. I don't have a Costco in my town. I'm sure they have it at Costco. And the next question I'm going to get asked about is coconut flour. Y'all know, if you know me by now, I am just not a fan of coconut flour. I guess you can use it in there. Go ahead and try it. I encourage you all to, try things and to have fun, and let me know in the comments, are you team almond flour or team coconut flour? Y'all know I am team almond flour. Now, y'all know I ain't fancy. I'm just going to grab me a fork and keep mixing this up. Now, here's where things kind of got a little sticky shady. So I have my parchment paper, and I want you all to grab this parchment paper. And of course, I got this at Walmart because, again, I don't go to fancy stores. I really don't have a lot of fancy stores in my town. I know, grasp those pearls. Oh my goodness, I don't. And I really don't have time to shop at that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of pickup. Let me know if you love pickup as well. And you can see my baking pan is kind of embarrassing, but look, gang, that baking pan is so old. I am only getting rid of it if it cracks in half. So if you want to make fun of it, go ahead. It is kind of one of those heirloom, my baby. I am not getting rid of this bad boy. Now, first, I started by putting the parchment paper on top of the baking pan. I put the dough on there. You can get another piece of parchment paper, put it on top, and grab an amazing rolling pin. I kind of struggled with this a little bit in a fun way, gang. In a fun way. Don't think too heavy about this. I know there might be some professional chefs out there who are going to make fun and who are going to laugh. Gang, don't worry about that. This does not have to be perfect. You can see I struggled, so all I did was remove the pan and, kind of use my fingers a little bit. Have fun with this. Take your anger out on the dough. The point is we want to make the dough really thin, gang. And if you want to use your baking pan with it, if you want to use a rolling pin, if you want to use your fingers, use whatever matters to you. Please don't let this upset you or let anybody tell you anything else but wrong. People just love to make us sweat, and I don't want you to do that. Now, this is where I went on the struggle bus as well. I grabbed my pizza cutter and I'm kind of like, okay, we need to cut this in triangles so it can look like Doritos. Well, you see my triangles are all messed up. Geometry was not my subject in high school. I can remember I had to get a tutor. I boohooed like a baby for every test. Yes, I was that student. I was a good student, but I did struggle with geometry. If you have some ideas on how I can make these triangles better, let me know. You can see I'm super on the struggle bus with this. Again, you got a little allergy going on here. And you just kind of take your triangles or rectangles or octagons or whatever the heck you made, and you put it on your pan and you bring it over to your oven. Go ahead and bake for 12 minutes. These are amazing. They come out super crispy. Look how thin they are. And if you were too busy laughing and not writing, don't worry. I have the recipe in the comment section. And if you're looking to lower your blood sugar, lower your weight, and make some fun low carb recipes in the process that I promise you and the entire family would love, I would be honored if you subscribe. And gang, love you much. Bye-bye. Grab your pen and paper. You're going to want to put these ingredients on your shopping list. We have our Italian dressing. I'm using Kim's. Just be sure to check the label to look at that sugar and carb count. We have cottage cheese, which we'll learn is one of our secret weight loss weapons in a little bit. We have our Palmini, which is going to be our noodle, which is hearts of palm at 4 grams of carbs, mozzarella cheese. And check this out, gang. So we have Rayo's and we have Prego. And so what I'm doing is comparing the labels, and Rayo has 5 grams of net carbs and Prego has our 7 grams of net carbs. And then I kind of look at calories, and then I look a little bit at price, and you're going to see in a little bit which one I decided to pick. Now go ahead and put that final ingredient, which is our 90-10 ground meat, in our saucepan. I get a lot of questions about ground meat, and I'm still to this day, I am a 90-10 girl. If I see 93.7, it's kind of hard to find lately. I'll use that. You could use turkey, you could use chicken, and folks are very concerned about what meat to use. And where are my manners? Hello. If you're new here, welcome, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Dietitian Shelly. During the day, I work in a private practice clinic in the great state of Louisiana. I work with diabetics, pre-diabetics, those with PCOS, those looking to lose weight. I also post videos on this YouTube channel related to the same: diabetes, pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, hormone imbalance. If you're that person who wants to lower your blood sugars, take control of your weight, balance out your hormones, you are going to want to subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you along in the family so that you can learn how to eat yummy foods, learn some easy tips that won't break the bank. So please subscribe. I would love to have you be part of this family. You're going to see how I'm going to add, I'm draining the Palmini noodles first. You don't see it. I'm kind of doing it while this meat is getting brown. Okay, so because we want to brown down our meat. You also are not going to see me drain this meat, but I want you to do that. I give it a little rinsey rinse. And I chose the Prego. The reason I chose the Prego is because I love Rayo's. I will tell you, I love Rayo's. I'm just not loving the price right now. I know a lot of us are penny pinching, and I want you to feel okay. Not buying the most expensive item, but still buying an item that's okay. So please don't feel guilty about that. We're gonna pour in about a 1/4 cup of the Italian dressing. This adds a really nice zing, a really nice zang. And I like that. Stir in your Palmini, and you're gonna see that I'm putting it on low. Yes, there's my face, there's my hair, woohoo, yay. That's what I look like, on normal days. Not all made up, it's okay. And we're adding that weight loss weapon, a cup of our cottage cheese. Okay, so let's talk about this. So how is cottage cheese a weight loss winner? Well, easy, it's loaded with protein. Cottage cheese is a great source of protein, and to say it in scientific terms, it promotes satiety. To say it in normal words, satiety is the feeling of fullness. So in other words, this is gonna fill you up without filling you out, without having you reach for other items. Now, the really cool thing about fat burning is cottage cheese is very low on the glycemic index scale. Now, there's a little bit of discrepancy. Some places I'll see it's 10, some places I'll see it's 15, but the lower glycemic foods, the lower glycemic index foods will produce less blood glucose and insulin
which will avoid us creating body fat. So we always want to reach for low glycemic foods. We're going to stir that together. We're going to sprinkle this with some cheese. We're going to let it sit, y'all. This dinner's amazing. It can help reverse prediabetes because it's all low glycemic. Cook this now. Go in the description box, get the recipe, subscribe to this channel, and gang, much love.
And we're starting with that bag of green beans. Now, ladies and gents, although this says wash and prepare, no, boo, Jesus, take the wheel to my strainer. Go ahead and give these babies a nice little rinse because I do not trust that. Oh, did I mention to put the oven to 425? Whoops. Well, guess what? I just did, boo. I just did. So go ahead and rinse these and grab your cutting board and put those green beans on there. Now, this is the stem. Okay, so this little stemmy part, some people will and can, I guess, pop it off with their fingertips. I cannot do this. If you have a secret way to do this, let me know. I'm a time saver. I love to grab my knife and just chop these bad boys off. As you chop these bad boys off, line them in your large baking pan. This is a pretty big bag of those green beans. I don't exactly know how much this is. I'm going to estimate that it's a pound, but I got it from the produce section. This was an Albertsons product. Of course, you can find this at the Walmart and Kroger. Love green beans. But one of the biggest complaints I get from all my clients and patients is that it is incredibly boring and the steamed green beans, And I gotta agree, some of those steamed veggies, but I guarantee this is the best way to prepare these. Green beans itself, amazing for us. A cup contains 28 calories, approximately 5.6 grams of carbs, 2.6 grams of fiber, putting the net carb right at 3. So this is awesome for all of my folks who are diabetic, PCOS, insulin resistance. And we're gonna add to this 2 to 3 tablespoons of our olive oil. Y'all know I love to use olive oil. It's that great monounsaturated fat, which is wonderful for our heart. And yes, I am using the Redmond real salt. I'm going to get a lot of questions about, can I use this seasoning, that seasoning? And this is what I always say. I give you the base. Please doctor this up to how you would like it. If you like Tony's, go for it. If you like Greek seasoning, go for it. If you like a no salt seasoning, you go for it. Gang, y'all know I don't measure seasoning. I'm Cajun. I don't think we were born with measuring spoons. Let me know in the comments what state you're from, because I'm from the great state of Louisiana. Go ahead and grab those tongs, toss this, put it in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. Now, disclaimer, you may want to cook this longer because you kind of like that little burnt feel. I love this. It's amazing. If you were too busy laughing and watching without writing the recipe down, scroll into the description. And of course, scroll down there for a menu. Gang, much love to all. And please go ahead and subscribe.